Om Vishnupad Panumansa Pariprajakacharya Ashtotra Srimad A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopinath Sham Kun Radha Kun Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Navadip Dham Ki Jai Jagannath Puri Ki Jai Ganga Mai Ki Jai Jamana Mai Ki Jai Tulsi Devi Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Gaur Premanande. Wow. That doesn't work. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam 4.8.82. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Ma Vaishta Balam Balam Tapaso Duratyayan Nivartayashe Pratiyata Swadhama Yato Hi Vaha Prana Nirodha Asit Ottanapadir Mai Sangatatma Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Ma Paishtabalam Tapaso Duratyayan Nivartayashe Pratiyata Swadhama Yato hiva prana nirodha asi Ottana padir mai sangatatma. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead replied, Ma Bhaishta, do not be afraid. Balam, the boy Dhruva, Tapasaha, by his severe austerity. Durat Jayad, strongly determined. Nivarta Yishe, I shall ask him to stop this. Pratiyata, you can return. Svatama, your own respective homes. Yataha, from whom? He, certainly. Vaha, your. Prana, nirodha, choking the life air. Asit, happened. Ottanapadhi, on account of the son of King Uttanapada. Mai, unto me. Sangata Atma, fully absorbed in thought of me. The Supreme Personality of Godhead replied, my dear demigods, do not be perturbed by this. It is due to the severe austerity and full determination of the son of King Uttanapada, who is now fully absorbed in thought of me. He has obstructed the universal breathing process. You can safely return to your respective homes. I shall stop this boy in his severe acts of austerity, and you will be saved from this situation. Purport. Here, one word, Sangatatma, is misinterpreted by the Mayavadi philosophers, who say that the self of Dhruva Maharaj became one with the Supreme Self, the personality of Godhead. The Mayavadi philosophers want to prove by this word that the super soul and the individual soul become united in this way, and that after such unification, the individual soul has no separate existence. But here it is clearly said by the Supreme Lord that Dhruva Maharaj was so absorbed in meditation on the thought of the Supreme Personality of Godhead that he himself, the universal consciousness, was attracted to Dhruva. In order to please the demigods, he wanted to go himself to Dhruva Maharaj to stop him from this severe austerity. The Mayavadi philosophers' conclusion that the super soul and the individual soul become united is not supported by this statement. Rather, the super soul, the personality of Godhead, wanted to stop Dhruva Maharaj from this severe austerity. By pleasing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one pleases everyone, just as by watering the root of a tree, one satisfies every branch, twig, and leaf of the tree. If one can attract the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one naturally attracts the whole universe, because Krishna is the supreme cause of the universe. All the demigods were afraid of being totally vanquished by suffocation, But the personality of God had assured them that Dhruva Maharaj was a great devotee of the Lord and was not about to annihilate everyone in the universe. A devotee is never envious of other living entities. Thus end the Bhakti Vedanta purports of the 4th canto, 8th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Dhruva Maharaj Leaves Home for the Forest. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhitam Sthapitam Jena Ayam Rupa Kadamahyam Datati Sapadam Vandehang Shri Guru Shri Jatapatakamanam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Shagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Pitam Tam Sadvaitam Savadutam Pradishana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lolita Shri Vishakhan Pitam. Hey Krishna, Purana Sandhu Gopesha Gopita Radha Kanta Tapta Kamshana Golanki Radhe Vrindavani Krishabhanu Sujay Devi Pranamami Puri Priya Panchako Pitarubhyasta Kripatan Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Shri Bhagavan Vacha Mai Paishta Balam Tapaso Jagatrayan Nivarti Ishe Pratiyata Svatama Yito Eva Prana Nirodha Asi Uttanapadir Mahi Sangatatma. The Lord told the demigods, Ma Paishta, don't be afraid. Ma Paishta, Alam Tapasa. This child, Balaam, has brought about this suffocation of the universe. Tapasa, severe austerity. But Nivarti Ishe, I'll ask him to stop. So Pratiyata, you can go back home now. Everything will be all right. Prana Nirodha Asi Uttanapadi, son of King Uttanapadi, has done this. Sangatatma, Mai Sangatatma, being fully absorbed in thought of Prabhupada focuses on this word, Sangatatma. Atma means the self, the soul, and Sangata, joined together. Gata Sat. They've come together. So the Mayavadis make a big deal out of this. They want to take it as the indication
that the soul of Dhruva Maharaj became identical with the super soul, or the individual consciousness became one with the super consciousness. There are problems with this. First of all, they had different intentions. Dhruva Maharaj they were going in different directions. The Dhruva Maharaj was stopping up the universal breathing process, and Lord Vishnu said, Nibarta Yishye, I'll stop him. So that implies, or not implies, indicates clearly that there were two parties. One was stopping up the universal breathing, and the other was trying to, or had the intention of getting him to desist. So how could they be the same person? Sangha, Sangatatma. Sangata means together, just sadhu sangha. Does it mean that if we take sadhu sangha, now I become the sadhu becomes me, there's no difference, we're the same person? It doesn't really make sense. Sangatatma means joined. Joined practically requires that there be two parties. It's like if you join two pieces of wood, so there's one piece and another piece. Even if they're joined, there's still two pieces. And sometimes we see that you join two pieces of wood in a door or a drawer or something. And there's still two because later on they break apart. They were joined together, and then the glue gets weak or something, and they're no longer together. Or in any gathering, we all have come together, and then after the class we'll all go someplace else. Not that now we're one, we've joined together, Sangatatma. But later we'll not be joined together, you'll be over there, I'll be over here. There's a verse in the Mundaka Upanishad, let's reference it. It's a well-known verse, it's like a headline verse. Pranava dhanu sharo hyatma brahmatal lakshamuchyate apramatena vedhavyam shadavat tanmayo bhavet. Pranava dhanu. The pranava, the syllable omkar, is the bow. Pranavo dhanu. Pranava dhanu. And sharohyatma. The omkar is the bow, so what's the arrow? The atma is the arrow. And brahmatal lakshamuchyate. So you have a bow, you have an arrow. Now what's the target? The target is Brahma. And apramatena vedhavyam shadavat tanmayo bhavet. So with the utmost concentration, the target should be pierced by the arrow. Like an arrow, shadavat, one should become intent. Tanmaya bhavet, one should become intent on that Brahma, on that target. Dhruva Maharaj, that was his qualification. What is it? Tapaso durachaya? Yeah, tapaso durachaya. He's undertaking severe austerity because he's strongly determined. So with strong determination, the arrow should be placed on the bow and it should pierce the target, the Supreme Brahma. The Vaishnava commentators have pointed out that there's three things here. There's the bow, there's the arrow, there's the target. If you shoot an arrow at a target and you hit the target, now does the arrow become the target? No. The arrow is still the arrow, the target is still the target. They're joined because now the arrow has hit the target, but the arrow is still the arrow, the target is still the target. So here, Dhruva is still Dhruva, the Lord is still the Lord. And by his own will, the Lord has become attracted to Dhruva, so he'll stop him. To please the demigods, but also to please Dhruva Maharaj and to please himself, the Lord will go and give darshan to Dhruva Maharaj, that's the next chapter, and tell him, all right, that's enough. A similar thing happened with Hiranyakashipu. He was causing great disturbance to the universe. So Brahma approached him, please stop, please stop. There also, Lord Brahma didn't become Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyakashipu didn't become Lord Brahma. But there, Lord Brahma didn't go out of pleasure, rather out of obligation. Now this rascal has caused a disturbance. I'll have to give him some benediction. So the same force, the force of tapasya, can be used for sense gratification, or it can be used for the pleasure of the Lord. Hiranyakashipu used it for sense gratification. Similarly, some political leaders undergo tapasya to attain some political goal. That means sense gratification. They're not concerned with their own personal sense gratification. They'll undergo great trouble, but it's for what's the word? Joint sense gratification. The Cuba also, by the way, I happened to read, Fidel Castro was undergoing severe tapasya. Not that he was doing yoga or fasting, but he and his rebels were a small group, and they're opposing the United States of America. And so they were undergoing great risk. They would hide in the bushes, and when they took rest at night, they didn't dare move, lest they be detected. Even they would pass urine and stool practically just where they were. And Castro used to sleep with his rifle pointed toward his head, so that if captured or discovered, then he could pull the trigger and not be captured. So this is all tapasya, but for some political achievement, free India, free Cuba, free whatever country it is, will undergo trouble. That means for collective sense gratification. Someone, Hiranyakashipu, individual sense gratification, someone, collective sense gratification. Even in the case of Dhruva, it was individual sense gratification. Artarti, he wanted a kingdom greater than his father's, greater than his grandfather's. It was sense gratification. But he was fortunate. He was advised to approach Lord Vishnu for his sense gratification. And he did. Otherwise, Hiranyakashipu thought to satisfy Lord Brahma. Ravana thought to satisfy Lord Shiva. Others think to satisfy Devi or this god, that god. Labhate chatata kaman. They may get their sense gratification. But mayaiva vihitan hitan. Actually, the result is given by Krishna. Even Hiranyakashipu, he got his blessings from Lord Brahma, benedictions from Lord Brahma, but actually they were given by Krishna. Mayaiva vihitan hitan. And of course, they were also frustrated by Krishna. Antavatu palam tesham tad bhavatyalpamedasam. These things are undertaken by the less intelligent to get something which will finally come to an end. Antavat. And even though Dhruva also wanted something that would come to an end, a kingdom, he approached Lord Vishnu, and so he got a permanent kingdom. First he got the kingdom of the Dhruvaloka, which lasts for the duration of the universe, and then he attained the spiritual kingdom. Therefore, akama sarva kamo va moksha kamo dharati. Tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham punam. Whatever one's situation, sarva karma, akarma, moksha karma, one should approach the personality of Godhead. The moksha-kamis are foolish when they try they try to merge with the impersonal absolute. Then, what is that? Desho dikataras tesham avyakta sakta chetasam. Those who become attached to some impersonal goal have to undergo so much trouble. Klesha adikatara. Trouble and more trouble. Avyakto hiagatir dukkam dehavadbhir vapyate. Because becoming attached to something impersonal is practically impossible. How do you stay attached to something with no form, no qualities, so on? There's nothing to be attached to, practically. So this moksha, this idea of merging into the Absolute, is not accepted by the Vaishnavas and not appreciated very much by the Lord, because in the impersonal liberation there's no possibility of service. But here there's service because there's individuality. Dhruva remains Dhruva, the Lord remains the Lord, and as we'll see, Dhruva becomes freed from all material desires and says to the Lord, I just want to serve you. By pleasing the Lord, one pleases everyone, and therefore the Lord told the demigods, don't worry, he's my devotee. First of all, he's just a boy, but he's also my devotee. So don't worry, I'll get him stopped. Hare Krishna. Any questions, comments, etc.? Yes.
In preaching, there's many austerities there's many austerities one has to undergo.
Yes.
And sometimes it seems like the results of those austerities are not.
Ooh. Sometimes we get great quality now from this microphone. That one, I'm not so sure about. Yeah, for me it's better. Tell me again.
I was saying that.
For preaching, we undergo austerities.
Yeah, but sometimes we experience that.
But sometimes the results don't come out necessarily the way that we envision them. Sometimes the results come about in such a way that instead of becoming elated, we become frustrated. How do we avoid being frustrated by accepting austerities for the sake of preaching? First of all, we have to see that austerity is not everything. Finally, the Lord is, of course, He's pleased by austerity. He's told that to Brahma. Lord Brahma pleased the Lord by austerity. But finally, it's one's devotion that's more important than the austerity. It's not that the tougher our austerity, the greater the result. Hiranyakashipu underwent much more austerity than any ISKCON book distributor. But his result was that he was torn apart by Nrsingadev. So, and he didn't get the immortality that he envisioned. That's the first thing. It's not just austerity, although austerity is valuable. And the first thing is the austerity should be approved austerity. We have people, what is that in the Bhagavad Gita? Tapasam Ghodam. Okay, let's see. Where is that? Tapasam Ghoram Tapyante Te Jana Tampad Ankara Sangyukta Kama Raga Balan Vataha Karshiyanta Sharira Stam Bhutagrama Macheta Saha Mam Chaivanta Sharira Stam Tad Tan Vidyasura Nishchayan. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that there are people who undergo severe ashastra vihitam gauram. They undergo severe austerity, but it's not approved by Shastra. The purpose is not approved, or the method is not approved. We see people inventing horrible austerities, pulling carts with attached to hooks thrust into their bodies. In what Shastra is this declared? So similarly undergoing fasting for political purposes. So this is a Shastra, not according to Shastra. and Gora, horrible austerities. Shastra vihitam Goram tapyante ye tapo janaha dambhahankara sanyukta. They do these things out of ahankara, out of arrogance and false ego, kama raga balanvita, by the force of lust and attachment. Karshiyanta sharirastam, they torture their bodies. Bhuta grama machetasa, these fools torture their bodies, and the elements within the body become parched or tortured. Mam chaivanta sharirastam, they torture me also. How is it possible to torture the personality of Godhead? But they cause pain to the Lord because the Lord is sorry to see them suffer. We were hearing that Vrikasura was wanted to get some benediction, so he was cutting off his flesh and offering it into the sacrificial fire to please Lord Shiva. Gradually, cutting off more. When Lord Shiva didn't get darshan of Lord Shiva, finally he became determined to cut off his head and throw it into the sacrificial fire. However, one might do that. Then Lord Shiva appeared. And Prabhupada comments, not because he was pleased by these demons' wicked austerities, but any compassionate person would want to prevent someone from needlessly committing suicide. So Lord Shiva appeared, all right, enough. I'll give you some benediction. And of course, because he was an asura, he asked for a nasty benediction, that whoever's head I touch will have his head fall off. And then, of course, he wanted to use that against Lord Shiva. Anyway, ashastra, the austerities that we accept should not be against the principles of Shastra or against the instructions of the spiritual master. That's the first thing. But we do undergo serious austerities. We were hearing from Janmashtami the other day about devotees taking their bath in the snow, one bucket for soaping up, another, not bucket, one jug for water to soap up, another jug to rinse off in the snow. That's severe tapasya. But it's not a guarantee that because I underwent tapasya, therefore the result has to be as I expected. It may not be. Narad Muni underwent tapasya and the Lord appeared exactly as expected. And he went back to his tapasya and the Lord refused to appear. No, I'm going to increase your eagerness to see me by never appearing before you again in this lifetime. So Narad had one plan, but the Lord had a different plan. But the Lord's plan is always for the benefit of the devotee. The Pandavas weren't planning to go into exile. That was not their objective. But that was Krishna's arrangement. You go into exile. So, or who was it? Maharaj Anga. He wanted a benediction to get a child. He got it. But who was the child? Vena. demon. What's the word? Yeah, despotic autocrat, and opposed to the service of the Lord. That wasn't what he expected. So he was frustrated. What he did is he left the kingdom, went off for self-realization. So sometimes we don't get the result. Prabhupada came to America undergoing so much trouble. What result did he get in the beginning? Practically no result. And when he got a result, what was the result? A batch of hippies. It comes to New York City, the richest city in the world, the center of business, finance, literature, art, most sophisticated center of American life. And what does he get? Hippies. The rejects. Not what he expected. Not what he was looking for. In India, Prabhupada was sending his back to Godhead to the intelligent class of men. He wasn't looking for the underclass. He was trying to reach the intelligent class. Any place you go, naturally, you try to reach the intelligent class. And Prabhupada got hippies. But he accepted, all right, Krishna sent me hippies, I'll do something. Whatever Krishna sends. All right. Oh, and just see, from that start, the movement is spread all over the world. The hippies became something else under Prabhupada's guidance, became purified, and spread Krishna consciousness. So sometimes the results are not what we expect. The people who come weren't the people that we were looking for. Sometimes we don't know who we're looking for. Sometimes we do, but we don't recognize what Krishna's sent us. I've seen, there's one temple where they pray every morning, oh Lord, if you so desire, please send us some devotees, because we need book distributors, and we want to spend your Sankirtan movement. Please send some book distributors. And I was seeing in that temple that there were people who were coming, and they were being neglected. Guests were being ignored. But we're earnestly praying to the deities, please send us book distributors. So sometimes even when Krishna sends us what we're looking for, we don't recognize it. That happens. Or Krishna refuses, just so that we'll be more determined, or for whatever plan he has in mind. He wants to see, is this guy going to give up? He's asked for this. He wants to sell 50 books today. If he sells 20, is he going to go back to his mother? So, karmanye vadikaraste ma paleshu kadachana. We have the right to perform our prescribed duty, but we're not entitled to think that because I perform my prescribed duty, this result must come so that my desires will be fulfilled. Krishna may have some other plan. Not that what we set out to do is always what happens. Maybe you meet one person and the person doesn't seem like he's anything, and that's the only thing that happens all day. But maybe that person becomes a great devotee. So, with detachment, we have to serve. Is that okay? Hare Krishna. Some other question? Yes. Yes, I can. This month begins Chaturmasya. Chaturmasya in the right mood. Well, first of all, Masya means pertaining to months, and Chatur means 4. So Chatur means 4 months. What are those 4 months? They're the 4 months of the rainy season. In India, there are 6 seasons. Here we have 4. India has 6. One of them is the rainy season. And the rainy season is not the season in which there's quite a lot of rain. It's a season in which there's just rain falling in buckets. When the rains come, when the monsoons come, then it's just rain, 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 and more rain. It can rain all day. It can rain just like most rain that you see in New York City, but for weeks. Serious rain. Rain that, goes into the street this high. Rain we saw in Mayapur one time. They have, maybe those who've been to Mayapur, you've seen those lampposts. Like most lampposts, they're like, 15 feet up or something. And maybe you've seen pictures that it's all water with with the lamps on top. The whole lamppost is covered. It can be, the rains can be that serious. So Chaturmasya, so the rainy season means lots of rain. And it makes it impossible to move around. Generally the sadhus, pariprajacacharyas, they travel, they preach, or they visit holy places. But for those 4 months, you can't do it. It's just not a reasonable expectation. One might, but it's hard. So then, this regulation is given, that stay in one place. And use the opportunity for increasing Krishna consciousness. The purpose is not tapasya. There are tapasyas described, but the point of tapasya is not tapasya. We were reading that if one neglects the personality of Godhead, then what's the need of tapasya? It's useless. And if one's Krishna conscious, then what's the need of tapasya? You're already there at the goal. So not to say that tapasya should not be undertaken. It should. But tapasya is not the goal in itself. And especially not so that we can be, put another notch on our gun, another, we can wear a t-shirt, strictly observed Chaturmasya, did whatever it is. It's not for puffing ourselves up or increasing our false sense of being great. The whole purpose is to increase devotional service. Otherwise, it's a useless waste of time. Totally useless. Shrameva hi kevalam dharma svanustitapam sam vishvakshena katasuya notpadayedi diratim. Shrameva hi kevalam. Whatever dharma we follow, if we don't develop the eagerness to become Krishna conscious, to hear about Krishna, then we're wasting our time. So that's the first point, that Chaturmasya is an opportunity to increase our Krishna consciousness. For the karmis, it's an opportunity to observe some austerity for getting pious credit for being elevated to higher birth in the next life, maybe going to the higher planetary systems. But Tridashapur Akasha Pushpayate, for devotees, that's like a flowers in the sky. It's useless. Not interested. So there are various austerities, but it's Prabhupada said one can accept some austerity in these months. That's up to you. Some vows, some. I know someone's austerity is that for these 4 months I won't pick up a newspaper. In the days when you physically picked them up, these days one goes online. But I won't read the newspapers. I won't do this. I won't do that. I won't blaspheme Vaishnavas. Very hard goal. Tongue is such a rogue. Well, there may be various. I'll attend every Mangal Arti, whatever it may be, to increase Krishna consciousness. That should be the purpose. No other purpose. There are various austerities described, not shaving, eating only once a day, eating only, what is that, khichdi from the floor, unspiced khichdi from the floor without using one's hands. Wow. Sometimes in Chaturmasya, our godbrothers, some of our godbrothers were seen with big beards. And Prabhupada noticed that was the whole thing, just the beard. Not really accepting the whole 9 yards, as they say, the whole package, but just, okay, now it's Chaturmasya, I can grow an impressive beard. Prabhupada called that Chatur mess. In the Sanatana Shiksha chapter of Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sanatana Goswami, after traveling through the jungles, came to the place where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was staying. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, who was Tapan Mishra, I think he was staying with, that there's some sadhu outside, invite him in. The man went outside. Tapan Mishra, devotee, went outside. I don't see any Vaishnav sadhu. Only some Muslim fakir is there. No, invite him in. Then he came in, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in ecstasy, and they embraced and were chanting holy name. Tapan Mishra was amazed. So then it came out, of course, that he's a Vaishnav devotee, and because he's been traveling through the jungles, he's all bearded and torn cloth and so on. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Tapan Mishra to go get him shaved, and so that he appears like a gentleman. So Prabhupada comments in that connection that the Vaishnavas, that the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu consider beards objectionable. Objectionable. Not that it's a desirable feature of Vaishnava dress or the symbol of an advanced Vaishnava. But it's something objectionable. So it's not that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't organize holy beard festivals for kirtan singers to come and show how big their beards were. He considered beards objectionable. So the purpose of Chaturmasya is not to grow a beard. Although one devotee did the full austerities and Prabhupada approved. Prabhupada explains in Nectar of Devotion that the purpose is to control the senses and reduce sense gratification, and above all to fix the mind on Krishna. So if we undergo some extra trouble, some extra self-abnegation, some extra avoidance of, or some extra reduction of sense gratification, that's good. That's good. Prabhupada said Krishna consciousness and sense gratification go ill together. So if we can control our eating, control our sleeping, and so on, it's very good. But above all, it's to increase our Krishna consciousness. Among the 4 months Chaturmasya, Damodar month is especially appreciated by the devotees. And during that month, there's Urjavrata, there's offering of lamps to the deities, chanting of special prayer, Damodar prayer, in remembrance of Krishna's pastimes as Damodar, who was tied up by Yashoda Mai. Is that okay? Okay. Yeah, you can use this month for increased Krishna consciousness. That's the main thing. One can follow Dhruva Maharaj, be determined, I must be. And Krishna consciousness means consciousness and service. Let me increase my service, and not just that, I'm not eating, I'm fasting, and so I can't serve because I'm doing my vrat. What's the point? The most important thing that Prabhupada emphasized was service. All right, shall we stop here? We're at 9 o'clock. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna.
Michael, I think you're the only